We just knew it was a phase in life that we had to deal with. So we took a leap of faith. I honestly do not know how sweet it was to have someone call your particular name that nobody calls you. You know, we had a fight. He was angry with me because he said I did something to him. I thought that was going to be the end of it.
You there, you're so dear.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rafi Truth and I am going to be your host, your hostess, or whatever you want to call me. If this is your first time, you're most welcome. And if you're returning, thank you so much for supporting. And I really hope you're also learning a lot. So, today we're going to do something different. Today is going to be different. Why is it going to be different? We're going to share a true story. I want you to know the person that has been engaging you all this while, right? So my name is Rejoice Afi Nyathope Atipo. Nyathope means truth. I am a Ghanaian who is staying in France currently. Okay guys, so it's story time today, and I'm here to tell you all about my relationship. I have been in a long distance relationship for about 8 years now. Well, it didn't necessarily start off as long distance relationship. However, for the better part of it, I have been in a long distance relationship. And it has worked for me. It's still working for me. So I'm here to share my story with you. I know for the past 2 weeks we've been talking about long distance relationships. So today we're going to combine two things. We are going to end the discussion on long distance relationship, which is the general discussion of it. It might pop up in the next, maybe in some of the videos to come. We don't know yet, but we're going to find out. However, we are combining the ending of the long distance relationship and the introduction of the new series that is going to come up. So, how did I meet my partner? I met my partner in the year 2016 when I was about writing. I was already writing WASI. So it was, I was about writing the last paper. There was interco. So inter-colleges, yes. And for games like that, we meet at the stadium and then we have a whole lot of stuff going on there. People play games, people do long jumps, there's running, there's this, there's that. Athletes like do all sorts of things. So on a normal day, I didn't want to go because I find it very noisy and I do not participate anyways. So like I wouldn't go on a normal day, but it had been a while and I had not seen some of my friends from primary school and junior high school after we wrote BCE. So I was like, you know what, let me just go because I really wanted to see them so bad. So I went and after I was supposed to go back to school with a school bus, but I was a day student, so I decided to get a taxi and go home myself. Why go back to school? Plus I was not even feeling exactly the best on that day, but I'd seen my friends, so I was okay, but I wasn't necessarily feeling good, so I planned I wasn't going to return the following day. And something interesting happened. So on my way back home, I decided to stop a taxi and then just go home. So I was trying to stop a taxi and I was like stretching out my hand and stopping it, and I heard yes and it wasn't the driver, so I found it very weird. But good enough for me. The car stopped and I walked up to it to go sit down, and the door opened for me from inside. So I was like, okay. Then I sat down. Then when I sat down, there was this like gentleman in another school. He was from another school, and he was sat there with a lady by him, and I just sat down and I said thank you. And then the car started moving. So it was a taxi, it's a commercial taxi, so you have like different people sat in there. So there was another person in front, sat next to the driver, and then the three of us sat at the back. And this person started talking to me, and I was like, what's going on? I want to be quiet, number one, in my head. I couldn't say it out loud. I didn't want to be rude. And then number two, I was like, you have a lady sat by you, why are you talking to another lady? So I found that very rude. And I was going to ignore him, but I remember that he was the one that was shouting yes, and even eventually opened the door for me. So I was like, don't be rude, Rejoice, don't be rude. Okay, so I responded to this person and I was like, oh yeah, hi, asked of my name. I gave it to him. I was very shy because there were a lot of people in the car, but he didn't stop. So he kept on talking to me, and I was like, you know what, let me just like respond. So we kind of talked for some time, not anything serious, but he asked where I was going to. The first person got off the car, and so it was just like left with the three of us at the back, myself, him, and his friend that I found out later was his friend. We were talking, and he asked for my number, and on a normal day I wouldn't give it to him because he's a student, number one. Number two, I said it in my mind, I'm not 18 yet, and if I'm not 18, I'm not going to date anybody. That was the plan I made for my life. So he asked for it, and I gave it to him. And even I was surprised that I gave it to him, but well, I guess, well, so I did give it to him, and well, he directed me to where I could get my next cab to go home, which I did, and we eventually ended up talking like the whole night. Yeah, the whole night. And I mean, I was I kept on surprising myself. That's a funny thing, because I was a very focused person. I'm like, now I can't say maybe sometimes I'm focused, but before I was really focused, and if I set my mind to do something, I make sure to do it and finish it up. So knowing that I wasn't going to engage any boy till I'm 18 or till I was 18, I was surprised I was actually encouraging him, but I did. And remember, I'd already seen my friends, so I wasn't going to go back to, you know, the stadium again. But because of him, I ended up going the following day. And funny enough, yeah, I told my dad he should iron my uniform, make the pleats show very well, like it should look like it's best and everything. Like, you have no idea, I was going the extra mile for someone I didn't know, and I didn't laugh. I won't lie, I won't tell a lie. He intrigued me. The idea of him was nice for me. I think the boldness and everything, and how gentleman he was to me, kind of made me want to see him again. And I think the fact that I was sad, but he sort of got me out of that mood, made me kind of like happy to see him again. So I think that's the reason why. And he didn't stop, like he kept on, you know, making it get better. Yeah, so the idea of him just like got me, you know, interested. So I did go to see him the following day. Not necessarily him, but well, I went to the stadium again, and we planned to meet. So we met. And when we met, he was standing there with a friend of mine from junior high school. I was so happy. Shout out to Campbell. I was so happy to see him, and apparently they are like super close friends. I just couldn't believe what was going on. The world was so small. So we met, we talked, and you know, I got up and left. I don't even remember much of what happened after, but all I know is that I left. I don't even think we saw each other again after that. Yeah, but we ended up talking afterwards. Yeah, for a long time. So when he wanted to be like my boyfriend, I said no, because like, I mean, I said until I'm 18, I said it wasn't gonna work. But you know, that time we were still like in the period of writing exams. I was there with my last paper, as I said, but I was still going to school to study and stuff. I was even having extra classes for some things. So after school, he'll wait for me at a certain point, and he'll walk me home. So like, I'll take a cab from my school to that specific place, get off, and then walk with him home. When I could have actually gotten the cab to my junction and gone home. So interesting for me. Anyways, so we always walked home, and sometimes I would want to go back to that place specifically because he was there and I want to go and see him. But all the time we weren't even dating, and eventually he went off grid, let me put it that way. He just like sort of disappeared on me, and I didn't know what was going on. I really felt bad. I felt some way too, because he had already professed his love for me. And although I had not accepted his love yet, I had also already told him I loved him. So I had also already told him I loved him, because like truly I think I did. So I felt some way that he just like disappeared on me and I didn't know what was going on. But before that, I knew he was having like some family issues and stuff, so I was like, maybe that's the reason. Tried to give him the benefit of the doubt for a long time until I couldn't do it anymore, and then I just like let go. So I mean, all this while we were not dating, so it felt like, okay, maybe it was never meant to be anyways, and I just let him go. And I was finally 18, so I was like, okay, since I'm 18 and my friend likes me and he has told me before, let me give him a chance. So I gave him a chance, and I went out with my friend. We were together till I went to the university, and I mean, we were happy and everything until I don't even know who. I think he mentioned my boyfriend once, like my current partner once, and I remembered him again. And I'm a loyal person, so obviously when I was with this person I wasn't thinking about Michael, but I fell in love. Aww. And I prayed about this, and I went to text him again and asked him what is going on, because apparently he had been looking at my profile, he had been looking at my status, but he wasn't saying anything. So I went back to him and asked him what was going on. Why is he not saying anything? Why is he not doing anything? You know, what's going on? And case settled, we came back together. So ours has always been like that, sort of long distance. Then it became actual long distance. There were times that I had to travel all the way from my school to his school, or he had to do the same thing. Happy days for me, randomly hearing a knock on my door, opening it, and there was him out of nowhere, just come and visit me for a day and go back to school. But we don't have that right now, where I will have him do that. I mean, I have wished it several times, but it hasn't happened like that yet. I pray one day it happens like that, or maybe now I will do the surprise, and you know, but it does happen, and it's going to work anyway. So after everything, and we agreed to go out, we knew how difficult it was going to be, but we decided to stick to each other. We have fought before. There was a time that we fought that I thought that was going to be the end of it. No, we had a fight. He was angry with me because he said I did something to him. I wasn't there for him for a major time of his life, and I thought it was a misunderstanding, because I was like, I was there for you. It was just one mistake I made, and even that I explained it to you and you understood, and I thought that was over, but apparently it wasn't. And I made a mistake in my life by sharing an information that I wasn't supposed to share. It wasn't bad, not like I went to do anything bad, but I think I was liking someone and I went to share because I really wanted to be transparent. And when I did that, it didn't go well. It didn't go well. So my partner decided not to talk to me again, and I was really sad. I was always calling, and he wasn't answering, and I didn't know what to do. So I decided to call a friend of his. You remember the friend that was in the car with him the last time? Yeah, I called her to try talking to him on my behalf, and she dealt with me. She said, how dare me call him, or call her, to call him or try to call him after everything I had done. And I was like, wait, what happened? What was going on? I was so lost and so confused. But I got angry when I heard everything she told me. Like, she actually, she dealt with me. That was the first time anyone had actually done that to me. So I really felt like, no way, I'm not gonna do this again. Plus, I thought I was over that. And I heard everything from her. I heard what he was feeling. that he didn't tell me that he decided not to talk to me again. I heard everything from her, so I was very angry and I decided not to call him again. I call it quits. And so now I don't know what happened, whether she called him to tell him what happened, that I called her and she did that one, I don't know. But now he was the one calling me because I stopped calling and I said I wasn't going to answer anymore and I stopped answering. That was some period. I am sorry, Kofi, if you're listening to this, but yes, I decided to like call it quits. I said I wasn't going to do it again because I was so pained, because I thought we had resolved that issue, but apparently not. And you remember, as I was saying, that he wasn't like the person that used to talk that much about how he was feeling. That's how that almost caused our relationship. It took someone talking to me, opening my eyes to the fact that this is the one for me. Like, he knows me. This is the person I say I love and I've been with, and I talk about him with all the love in my heart. So I should reconsider. I should not just like go quits on him because of what happened, but I should listen to his side of the story. And I listened and it really helped me, and today we are still together because of that, my roommate and what she said that day, because I thought that was going to be like the end of it for us, but look at what God can do. And that wasn't the only time we fought, but I mean, we have overcome all this, you know, but not for once did we use harsh words or insulting words when we had all these things. There was mutual respect, and he respects me so much. That's something that I will never take for granted. I love the way he respects me and loves me, and I love him and I respect him as well. That is evidence and everlast. I'm really grateful to God for that much in our lives. You know, it wasn't easy, but by the grace of God. So for me, in my family, when you meet someone, everybody must know the person. Like, I come from a family where they must know who you are. You know, they must know the person you are walking with, the one you call your partner. So, you know, for my partner, we're not married, but everybody in my family knows my partner. My dad, my mom, my siblings, even my aunties and my uncles and my cousins have met my partner. And I find that very interesting, and I love it. I love the way my mom loves him so much. I love the way my dad loves to talk to him so much. I love the fact that they still talk, and he goes to visit them, although I am not there. And I have visited his family as well. And that is so, I share the same birthday as his mom. And on our birthdays, we talk, she prays for me and all this. Isn't also, like, it's so nice, right? Anyways, it's so lovely. Anyway, so, I think one of the most important things that I did in my relationship, what we did that helped us, is making sure that every day you check up on the person. Every blessed day, find out what the person is doing. Send videos of yourself, what you may be doing, pictures of yourself. I love seeing him play basketball, so I always tell him when he goes to the court, he should let someone record him whilst he's playing and send it to me. I don't want to miss out on periods like that, so I get him to do it. Your partner may not necessarily want to do it, but just for the fact that you want to see how is the person now. Imagine 5 years. He has definitely grown taller. He is doing something else, or what, or this, or that. I do not know. How is he looking now? Video calls may be able to tell you that. You may FaceTime with the person and see his face and all that. But sometimes you may not see his full body or her full body, and you do not know how, or you know, the changes. You do not want to be caught by surprise, definitely. So those periods also really help. I think I have heard people talk about when it's time to travel outside, people always say they break off their relationship because they feel like it's not going to work. I mean, I started my relationship with my partner way before I came here. I've been in France for 5 years now, almost 5 years. End of this month, it will be 5 years for me. And before then, I had already been in the relationship with my partner for 3 years already. See, okay. Yeah, for 3 years. And I mean, plus a 5, making it 8. I mean, but when I was coming, We never for once discussed us not going to work anymore. We just knew it was a phase in life that we had to deal with. So we took a leap of faith. I did what I had to do. He was always talking to me on the phone. I mean, I think my partner has even made our relationship work more than I have. I mean, now I think I'm also doing my fair share of it. But he encouraged me more. He taught me how to love more, how to make it work more. I think mine was stemming from the part of respect for him and everything, and I did love him, but I did not know how to show that love, how to make him feel the love that I had for him, the gravity of it, because I do love my partner. Aww. And he really did his best. He really tried, and up till date he's actually doing like the most. You have no idea. I mean, we are not perfect, so we fall short somewhere, and we pick up, we learn, we get better. But I don't think you should just rule out the fact that you can work because you're going overseas or something is happening and you have to move away. No, you can make it work, and I think we are doing our best, and it is looking good. So we just knew we were going to do this, and we did it. He told me countless times where friends told him that this is probably not going to work, or you guys were in different universities, you tried, yeah. But even back then, he said there were people that were like, oh, KNUST girl, and you're with her, you don't know. Then it worked, and then it worked, right? And after, coming here, people saying all sorts of things, but it's not about people, it's about you and your partner. It's about me and my partner, and we made it work. That's all I can tell you. So please don't just rule out the fact that I can work and say that you're going away. Try your best. You can always come back together. I mean, that's what we are striving for now, so why are you just going to rule it out? When it comes to the issue of dealing with communication, I think we have had our fair share of fights. I won't lie. There were those periods that he wanted to bottle everything up because he wasn't that much of a talker, in the sense of sharing what is bothering him, because he didn't want to worry me, the fact that I was far away, and also because he did not necessarily grow up sharing what was on his heart that much. And to be honest, I mean, he's like me, so I sort of understood him. The part I didn't understand was the fact that he wanted to know everything that was going on with me. If I fell down today, he wanted to know how much pain I was in. Aww. Whatever I did, he wanted to have the deets of it, but he didn't want to share his own, and that was beginning to give me headache, because I mean, I didn't want to share, you didn't want to share, but you want me to share and you don't want to share. It wasn't fair, and so from the beginning it was quite difficult, and of course I didn't let him off the hook, because I also want to know. That's how a relationship is built. So with that issue, what I did was always to hammer on the fact that I wasn't pleased with the fact that he was handling things on his own. And I know you can handle things on your own, but sometimes there are some things that you need to share. And I wanted us to get to the point where even if you feel like you can handle it on your own, still let me know, because I want to know what you're going through. And I think we are there now, because now he does share how he's feeling. We started off with, the popular, I don't know what is going on with me, but I don't feel good. And I have gone through those phases before, so I perfectly understood him. So we had our phase of, discussing how I'm feeling so sad today, but I don't know what is going on. And we talk about it until we finally realize that, okay, this is actually the problem. You see, but before it starts, we all we don't know what's going on. Like, he says I am sad, or says I am so happy today, but I don't know what's going on. But now we are in the space where when he returns from he's doing his masters, and he'll be like, okay, I have a lot of assignments on my head and I do not know what to do, this is not going on well, I am researching and I'm tired. That is the space we've gotten in right now. But before, he wouldn't even tell me. He wouldn't even tell me. Like, so yeah, that aspect of it is also quite difficult. And you have me that because of mood swings during period times, back then I wouldn't necessarily communicate. I'll just like not feel like talking to him, so I'll not call. When he calls, I'll just tell him, I'll text him, and I'll call him back or something, and he'll get so worried. We've gone past that time. Him helping me to track my period and we talking about it, and him knowing that I'm not necessarily in for noise and all the things that it comes with, he understanding my pain and checking up on me, and making sure that I am okay, feeling the pain with me. That is like something so beautiful that my partner does, that I'm always so grateful for. Not just assuming that I'm exaggerating my pain. I am in pain and he knows I am in pain. And when I'm not in pain, I make him know that I am not in pain. And we managed to find solutions together. It's not a space where we point fingers, but you understand that, okay, she needs me. He needs me. What can I do? And I mean, it makes it work actually. It hasn't necessarily been easy. It hasn't been easy. Let me not even tell a lie. There are days that I call him and I'm like, I'm just crying. I have proven myself to be a hard girl. I don't want to cry. But like, I can call him and like, you can tell that I'm overwhelmed. Like, I have missed him so much and I just like, I want to cry. The number of times I've wanted to come to Ghana, and like, more than 50% is because of him. I mean, I miss my family and all, but more than 50% is because of him. And he can text me, he sends me messages, and he'll be like, he's not feeling well, he thinks he's feeling sick, or like something is not sitting right with him, that he's not okay. And I'm like, what is going on? There was even one time that I was like, he's scaring me, because he said that he's just going crazy. And I said, what's going on? He said he misses me so much. He misses me so much that he doesn't know what to do. He wants to see me. And like, in moments like that, you do not know what to do. You just wish you could get the person and hug the person so tight that the person can feel your presence, but it's not that easy. Being miles and miles away from each other, no. Whatever I'm doing, I want to get him involved. Like, I remember when we had our date night and my girls were super amazing. I told them that day, because when I was going to work, I informed them that Kofi wants us to have a date night today, so like when I come back I won't be available like the whole night. So when I go back home, when I go back home, they had actually rearranged my room. I mean, not like rearranged completely, but they had set up my room, made it cozy with balloons, and like they had set the table with wine, with a glass. Oh my god, like you guys have no ideas. And it was super nice. I mean, I wish like he had someone to do the same thing for him. I know guys don't necessarily do those things, so he won't have the same experience as I had. But I mean, all those things were nice, but the highlight of it was that we were able to actually have a date, and it was possible even online. I mean, I wish it was physically, but even having it online was super cool. Him in front of me, eating me, talking. I mean, you guys, it is possible to have long distance relationship. Like, it can work. It is difficult, but it can work. So I made it a point in my life to let him know every friend that I keep in this life of mine, be it a male or female, I make him know that this is the person that I have in my life right now, so that it doesn't come as a surprise. And me being here, me being away from him, I mean, countless times he has said it to me that he felt sort of left out because I was always with the girls or doing church stuff, and I'll be so busy by the time I come back. I'll be so tired and we can't talk that much. he was expressive about it. He told me the problem, and we dealt with it. So when it comes to the issue of intimacy, it hasn't been easy as well. We are not married, so obviously we are not expected to be having sex or anything like that. So that can be out of the question, or should be out of the question. However, it was difficult for both of us. It still is difficult for both of us. More difficult for him, more so. But accountability helped us, because we have gone through the phase where we needed help. We needed help in the sense that imagine knowing that you're not supposed to do something, but you want to do it so bad. Okay, so if you have been in a relationship, a long distance relationship, this part is a part I think you need to know. Being away from your partner for a long time, yeah, it can be difficult, especially when the person's love language is physical touch, and spending time together and all that, and you are not there with the partner. It is quite difficult. I have had that phase in my life. My partner is all sorts of romantic. I tell you, he has the sweet words and he knows how to use them, and he's someone that would wish to have a hug from me every day, like me as well. I'm not gonna tell a lie. And more like, I think most people have resolved to having phone sex in a relationship. It's different from sex texting, if that's the way they say it. So and I think it's also different from using sweet words and all that. But one thing I can tell you is that you should avoid phone sex at all costs. Why am I telling you this? Even if you are married, you should avoid phone sex, because you end up masturbating. Like, you will masturbate. One thing I know for sure is that if you are in a long distance relationship, you think that having phone sex is normal and you have the right to, but no, I will tell you not to do it. Why am I telling you not to do it? You are masturbating. If you think that you are not, you are. By virtue of going to the places where you are not supposed to go to, that is for your partner to go to, you are doing the wrong thing. And you will do it and you think that it is all right and it is fine and it is this, it is that. But if you end up satisfying yourself, your partner may not be able to satisfy you anymore, and that is going to be a case that you deal with in future, that you may not even know how to deal with it. So one thing I can tell you for a fact is that you see the way when people are teenagers, they think that it's their right to masturbate. It is not. It's the same way that it is not your right to have phone sex because you are in a long distance relationship, whether you are married or not. If you are married, you can do all sorts of sweet, affectionate, say all sorts of things, but you cannot always control your flesh. You cannot, and so you do not know how far you can go, and so don't even go and stir it up at all in the first place before you don't know how to end it or overcome it. This is my advice to you if you do not know. I honestly do not know how sweet it was to have someone call your particular name that nobody calls you. I mean, Kofi has like names for me, but he calls me Joy, and he's the only person that calls me Joy. My name is Rejoice, by the way, and he calls me Joy, and that brings me so much joy. Aww. I don't even know when it started, but it started, and I mean, my own is not any exactly sweet. I call him Kofi or Cookie. Cookie is my pet name for him, and I love calling him Cookie when I'm being all affectionate and all that. Aww. But calling me Joy, that is so exciting. And we made we decided that we will never go a day without saying I love you to each other, and we never end a call without saying I love you. I mean, that did not work all the time, because when I was angry, I won't say I love you when I'm ending the call. But I think when we started that, it really helped us, because then when the person does not say that, that something is wrong. And I don't call him Michael unless he has done something that I do not like and something we need to address, and he doesn't call me Rejoice unless we've done something. I mean, I have done something he doesn't like, and when I go by the full name, that no, he has messed up. But yeah, so that has been like super exciting. You know, adding those things into the relationship has actually made us come a long way. It has made it exciting and more clarifying. So we have a particular way of saying I love you in a language that the people around us don't understand. So if we are around people and we're feeling also shy and do not want to let them know that we're saying I love you, like I'm with my parents, we have a way of saying it. I'm not going to tell you guys, but it's in another language. So we just go like, and he says that to me too, or he says it and I return it, and that's so cute. Read more books and have an accountability partner. When we went through rough patch, it was my accountability partner that I went to talk to. Both of you can have one person that you all go to talk to. It's very important. And find ways and means to relate with the person as though you were in the same space. One example I'll give you is I read in the book, what is it, Elizabeth George's book, I've forgotten the title, A Woman After God's Own Heart. I read that book and I remember what she said about how she welcomes her partner, her husband, after work. She makes sure that she's not busy when the husband returns from work. So she'll not be on a call. Even if she's on a call and the husband, she hears the sound of the car or the husband opens the door, she'll tell the person she'll call the person back. She's available for the husband. She welcomes the husband, like, welcome honey, welcome back home. She does not welcome him with, you know, being busy and all that, which, I mean, it's understandable. You can be busy. The same thing goes for the man. I mean, if you can go and pick up your wife from work, go and pick up your wife from work. If you can't, it's fine, but do gestures that the people appreciate. So like, as I was saying, as me, I'm not there with my partner. So one thing I took from Elizabeth George's book was to learn how to address him and make him feel all, you know, loved and appreciated. So I picked one thing from it: call him my king. It's not that hard. He is your king after all. I mean, the Bible says he is the head of the house. You are a woman of virtue. That shouldn't be hard for you to say. Call him that. I pick up my phone, I text him, are you back from work? He says yes. Or from school, he says yes. I'm like, welcome home honey, welcome my king, how are you doing, how was work, how was school, have you eaten, what will you eat, and all that. Sometimes we even make like those funny things as though I'm there. What will you eat when you return? I know I'm not there with him, but I'm asking all those things. Make him feel appreciated. Make her feel appreciated. If you can't buy gifts for her and she's someone that loves gifts, you can make virtual gifts and just send to the person as a surprise. He calls me and we end the call. The last time I said it, we end the call and he randomly calls me back and says, I love you. Aww. Or he calls me and says, you're beautiful, Joy. Aww. You don't know how much that makes me feel. How much that will make your partner feel. Not all relationships are the same. So in as much as I've told you about my own, just have it in mind that you can make your own story the way you want it to be. Make it with the right person. Find your boundaries. Set it right. Make it work. And at the end of the day, you're going to enjoy your relationship as it is for you. It can be hard. You want to get married, you don't have the right resources yet, you don't have your place yet, and all that. Take it one step at a time. Keep planning with your partner how you want it to be, where you want it to happen, and all those things. And when the resources come in, you know you have it planned already, so you just pump the money into it and you do it. Do you get what I'm saying? Don't let the money or the place stop you from planning. Do plan. If you're sure he's the person you want to be with, or she is the right person you want to be with, do plan. And when you have the right resources, you'll be able to do it. Why not? Do not despise small beginnings. It's really, really important. Your partner may not necessarily have it all together, but try to help the person, encourage the person. You know, I always tell my partner the most important thing is to be doing something. Don't just be idle. So one best thing I can tell you is to push your partner to do something at each stage of their lives. Because if they are there and they are not doing anything, they will feel broken. They will feel unworthy of you, especially if you are doing something, and they are doing nothing. Have an understanding, plan together, push each other. It's very important. And the trust is everything you need. Don't read in between the lines. Let the person speak to you directly. If you do not understand something, ask and let the person give it to you. Clarify it for you. Do not go reading in between the lines that this is what the person said, this is what the person means, the person wants us to break up. I've had a terrible fight with my partner before, and sometimes you can meet someone that you think is better than your partner, but if you choose that is the person you're going to be with and you ask the help of God to be with the person can become better than the person you just met. I am telling you for a fact, because things do happen. We grow, we change, we are human beings. Make sure that you have chosen the person and you've made up your mind and you are doing it, and you do it with the person. You don't go out looking for the next one because the person is more beautiful or more handsome. It doesn't work that way. That is relationship for you. Your partner is not with you right now. You are doing long distance relationship. You have a gentleman that is always so nice to you. It does not mean move to the person. It does not mean go and fall in love with the person. It does not work that way. It's your helper in this life. This is the person helping you right now. He's different from your partner. She's different from your partner. Do not go liking the person because the person is the one there now. That's not how it works. So please change your mind. Change your mind. I do hope this helped you in any way, but stay strong and keep trusting your partner. Keep loving your partner and be strong for both of you. Like, be strong for each other. Don't forget to be there. Don't forget to love him, and you too don't forget to love her. Okay. So thank you guys for watching today's episode. Thank you so much. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and this was like my safe space I've shared with you. And coming up next is going to be so much fun. Honestly, the series coming out is How I Met Your Mother, or How I Met Your Father. And honestly, I don't know how it's going to be like, but I have plans for you guys, and I really do pray and hope you're going to enjoy it so much. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I love you all so much. I remain your favorite YouTuber of all time. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and I love you all. As we say here, bisous. Bye.
You there, you're so dear, priceless. I was once on the other side, know the void you feel inside.